Under the plane tree where the owl had eaten the mouse, there grew up a little pink flower. A passing bee noticed the flower and buzzed over to it. The bee sipped a little of the nectar. "Different," said the bee. "Interesting." It sipped a little more. "Oh, marzipan," it said. It sipped some more and grew a little dizzy. "I've been working too hard," said the bee. "That's what it is." It stopped buzzing and sat down to rest. The day was warm, the breeze was mild. The district line trains rumbled past on the far side of the common, and the bee fell asleep. When the bee woke up, it was dark. The houses standing opposite the common and the trains that rumbled past it were all lit with golden windows. The street lamps showed their globes of bluish light. Footsteps and shadowy figures passed on the pavement. There was a full moon over the trees. There was a smell of honeysuckle in the air. The bee looked up at the moon. "No sun," said the bee. "I can't possibly find my way home without the sun to go by. I'll have to stay in town tonight." The bee flew up over the street lamps and past the top floor windows of the houses. At number 6, a window was open, and the bee saw the face of a pinky-orange hibiscus looking round the edge of the window frame. The bee flew into the room and saw that the hibiscus was growing out of a pot that stood on top of a bookshelf about 1.5 feet to one side of the window. The stem of the plant leant to the window and curved up gracefully so that the flower could look out. The bee flew round the flower and hovered in the darkness of the room, smelling the pinky-orange perfume of the hibiscus and looking at the light from the street lamp shining through her leaves and petals. "Seen enough," said the hibiscus. "I'm sorry," said the bee. "I didn't mean to be rude." It flew round to the front where the flower could see it. "You're not a gentleman, are you?" said the hibiscus. No," said the bee. "And I'm not a lady either. I'm just a worker." "Never mind," said the hibiscus. "You can't all be posh." "I might have been a queen," said the bee. "Oh, yes," said the hibiscus, "and I might have been the Duchess of Gloucester, but I'm not." "You've gone to a lot of trouble to look out of that window," said the bee. "That's not me, that's the plant," said the hibiscus. "The plant stays, but the flowers come and go. Now I've had my turn. Tomorrow morning I'll be lying on the floor all crumpled like a dress thrown down after a dance." The bee didn't say anything. "At least I've got a full moon for my last night," said the hibiscus. "That's something. I wish I could have music." She began to hum in a high, tinkly voice. "They play records here sometimes, but they're out tonight. It's getting colder, isn't it?" She drew her thin and pinky-orange petals in a little. "So cold," she said, and wrapped her petals closer round her. "I can't even sing for you," said the bee. "I can do a honey dance, though. Shall I dance for you?" "Oh, yes," said the hibiscus. "Dance for me, do. Do it on the windowsill so I can see you and the moon together." "This is the dance that tells where the sweetest nectar is," the bee said. "It means sweet, sweet, so sweet, 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 this way." "Sweet, sweet, so sweet," murmured the hibiscus, as the bee danced by the light of the street lamp and the trains rumbled past the common under the sinking moon. "Sweet, sweet, this way." As the bee danced, it gave off the faintest scent of marzipan that mingled with the pinky-orange perfume of the hibiscus. "Sweet, sweet," whispered the hibiscus. She drew her petals tightly round her and drooped towards the sinking moon. "Fly away now for the honey," she said to the bee. "Fly, so I can see you flying against the last of the yellow moon." "I wish I could have been a gentleman for you," said the bee, and it flew off towards the golden passing windows of the district line and the last of the yellow moon.